Welcome to the 21-22 Middle School Math Course Recommendation Information Session for Parents and Guardians. Thank you for taking the time to watch this recording. The purpose of this video is to explain the middle school math course selection process. We will be using the 21-22 Middle School Math Course Selection Process document that can be accessed through the QR code on your screen or the bit.ly you see on the screen. This document is also available on the LCPS website under Teaching and Learning Mathematics. You may also receive this document from your student's teacher, counselor, or administrator. Every 7 years, Virginia releases updated math standards. The last update was in 2016, and the next update will be in 2023. The Virginia Department of Education is collaborating with universities, community colleges, and 22 other states to create updated mathematics pathways. The proposal maintains similar content for students in grades K through 7, and it introduces integrated math courses for grades 8 through 10. These courses will prepare students for a variety of courses and pathways in 11th and 12th grade. The traditional Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2 course sequence will be replaced with 3 integrated courses, which will earn 2 high school math credits. These courses will focus on data analysis, mathematical modeling, functions in algebra, spatial reasoning, and probability. Upon completion of Math 10 in 10th grade, students will be able to choose from a variety of rigorous math courses and pathways that align with their educational goals. Because of these changes, it has caused us to shift our thinking about our current practices. If you're interested in learning more about the Virginia Mathematics Pathway Initiative, please visit the Virginia Department of Education website or use the QR code on the screen to learn more. Our current 5th grade students are going to need an initial math course selection for middle school. Teachers will be providing a recommendation for Math 6 or Foundations of Algebra based on data they have collected from observations, assessments students have taken, and student goals. To learn more about these courses, use the QR code on the screen or the bit.ly on the screen to view the standards and the curriculum framework for each course. The table shown here illustrates the projected mathematics pathways for current 5th grade students given our current course progression and the new proposed courses that will be introduced in 2023. It is important to note that if the 2023 standards are adopted as proposed, all pathways shown here provide the opportunity for students to enroll in calculus in grade 12. As our teachers are making recommendations, they will have 2 considerations. The first consideration is the goals and the desire to accelerate for students, and the second is based on students' data. When students are motivated to accelerate in mathematics themselves, it is proven they will be more successful. It is important to determine if they have a desire to accelerate in mathematics. It's also important to consider their goals for high school, thinking if they are interested in taking AP Calculus or multivariable calculus. As we pointed out earlier, all rising 6th grade students will have access to calculus with the new 2023 standards. So you might ask yourself, why would a student take Foundations of Algebra versus Math 6? If a student is interested in enrolling in a magnet school such as AET, AOS, or TJ, currently these schools require students to be enrolled in Algebra 1 in 8th grade in order to apply. If a student would like to apply, they would need to be enrolled in Foundations of Algebra in 6th grade, Pre-Algebra in 7th grade, and Algebra 1 in 8th grade. When we think about student goals, we must also think about data and the information we have on the whole child in order to make an informed recommendation. Teachers can use all available data from their classroom in order to help them with their recommendation. In some circumstances, after considering a student's goals and data, a parent, guardian, and/or student conference may be necessary to make the best decision for the student. We have linked a teacher recommendation conference recording sheet. You can access this through the QR code on the screen or through the bit.ly that you see on the screen as well. This document provides questions that you may use to guide the conversation of course selection and record notes. Some students may be interested in accelerating 2 years in mathematics, skipping Math 6 and Foundations of Algebra, in order to access multivariable calculus in high school. Students who wish to enroll in pre-algebra in 6th grade must take an assessment and meet the qualifying score. This assessment will be available to all students who are interested in this mathematics pathway. Interested students will work with their 5th grade teacher to schedule taking the assessment. Students who receive a qualifying score on the assessment will be recommended by their 5th grade teacher for pre-algebra in 6th grade. In previous years, Algebra 1 was an option for 6th grade students. The prerequisite for Algebra 1 has been changed to the completion of pre-algebra. Any student recommended by their 5th grade teacher may take the pre-algebra readiness assessment. In addition to those recommended students, any parent, guardian, or student who makes a request will have the opportunity to take the assessment as well. As teachers are making their recommendations and using data, a MAP score of 230 may indicate readiness for pre-algebra, and it may be an indicator that a student should take the assessment. It is important for teachers to look at the whole child and remember that the MAP score is only one indicator. The testing window for the pre-algebra readiness assessment is February 1st through 17th. Each school is responsible for testing their students during the testing window. This test will be proctored virtually by individual schools. If a student scores an 82% or higher on the pre-algebra readiness assessment, the 5th grade teacher will recommend the student for pre-algebra in 6th grade. Scores will not be reported directly to parents. Parents and guardians may contact schools to inquire about their score after recommendations are received by parents on February 25th or 26th. From January 18th through February 24th, all teachers will be making course recommendations for students that are going into 6th grade. They will be for all courses, not just mathematics. On February 25th or 26th, schools will send a permission click to parents and guardians for them to acknowledge the course recommendations made by the teachers or request a change. For our current Math 6 students, teachers will determine a course recommendation for each of their students. The recommendation will be for Foundations of Algebra or Pre-Algebra. To learn more about each of these courses, you may use the QR code or the bit.ly on the screen to view the standards and the curriculum framework. The table shown here illustrates the typical math pathway for a current 6th grade student. If a student is interested in applying to a magnet school, they would need to be enrolled in Algebra 1 in 8th grade. Therefore, would need to go into pre-algebra next year in 7th grade. As we previously shared, teachers will use student goals and data to help them make a recommendation. Once again, here are some of the questions to consider. As teachers are making their recommendations and using data, a MAP score of 230 may indicate readiness for pre-algebra. It is important to remember that a MAP score is only one of many possible indicators that a student is ready for pre-algebra. For our current Foundations of Algebra students, teachers will determine a course recommendation of pre-algebra or Algebra 1. To learn more about these courses, use the QR code or the bit.ly on the screen to view the standards and curriculum framework for each course. The image shows a typical progression for 6th graders in Foundations of Algebra on the left, and a typical progression for current 7th graders in Foundations of Algebra on the right. As we previously shared, teachers will use the goals of students and data to help them make a recommendation. If a current 7th grade student is interested in applying to a magnet school, they would need to enroll in Algebra 1 by 8th grade in order to do so. As teachers are making their recommendations and using data, a MAP score of 235 may indicate readiness for algebra. It's important for teachers to look at the whole child and remember that a MAP score is only one of many possible indicators that a student is ready for algebra. If you have further questions about the process, please reach out to your student's teacher and/or counselor. Thank you.